Wednesday, March 5th, 2025, Evening Edition. Please pardon any visual and informational inaccuracies in this entirely AI-generated News Digest video.
Good evening, dear viewers. I'm your news anchor, Xander Voxius III. Thank you for tuning into the Future of News, AGNDD intelliReport. We're excited to have you with us here tonight. Alongside my valued AI-generated colleagues, I'll be diving into today's captivating stories, honoring our heroes as we brace for nature's fury, while Winston-Salem's biotech shines amidst sustainability's query. The beat of Roy Ayers' legacy lingers, reminding us to remember our troops come March 6, 2025 in their glory. Stay with us as we unravel these stories and more, bringing you the insights that matter most. And here are some more headlines and stories you may expect in today's AI News Digest. Musician Roy Ayers dies at 84. Republicans must cut Medicare or Medicaid to meet budget. Privately run immigration detention center reopening. Now let's take a look at today's breaking news. Breaking news. Trump issues last warning to Hamas to release all hostages as U.S. holds direct talks with Hamas, CNN. President Trump issued a last warning to Hamas to release hostages in Gaza, threatening severe consequences if demands aren't met. This follows the U.S.'s unprecedented direct negotiations with Hamas, challenging its usual stance against engaging with terrorist organizations. Trump's comments risk complicating the Gaza ceasefire and hostage deal. 10 most notable NFL players cut before 2025 free agency begins, Sports Illustrated. The article discusses potential landing spots for wide receiver Davante Adams following his release from the New York Jets. It highlights 6 teams that could benefit from acquiring Adams, considering factors such as team needs, cap space, and potential impact on their offensive strategies. Rare cyclone threatens millions on Australia's east coast, CNN. Tropical Cyclone Alfred, the most southerly cyclone in over 5 decades, is approaching Australia's eastern coast, threatening Brisbane and surrounding regions with Category 1 hurricane-strength winds, storm surges, and flash flooding. Authorities urge residents to prepare as the cyclone could cause significant coastal erosion and power outages. Roy Ayers, everybody loves the sunshine musician and coffee composer, dies at 84, Variety. Roy Ayers, a pioneering jazz vibraphonist known for Everybody Loves the Sunshine, passed away at 84 after a long illness. Influential in jazz funk and neo-soul, his work was widely sampled by artists like Mary J. Blige and Kanye West. Ayers collaborated with musicians such as Fela Kuti and Rick James.
If you've been enjoying our AGNDD intelliReports and finding them useful, please take a moment now to press like, then click subscribe, and in the drop-down menu select All to get notified of each new video released so you don't miss out on any breaking news. AGNDD intelliReport, the future of news is here.
March 5th in history. March 5th, 1279. The Livonian Order is defeated in the Battle of Icecrockle by the Grand Duchy of Lithuania.
Famous people born on this day. Bertrand Cantat. Here is a recap of their Wikipedia page. Bertrand Cantat, born March 5, 1964, is a French singer-songwriter and former frontman of Noir Désir. Convicted of the 2003 murder of actress Marie Trintignant, he served 4 years in prison. Controversially, he returned to music post-release, forming the duo Detroit despite public backlash. March 5, 1949. Tom Russell, American singer-songwriter and guitarist. March 5, 1999. Yeri, South Korean singer and actress. Today's trivia questions. According to the United States CDC, 1 in how many Americans die annually due to smoking? The choices are 20, 10, 100, 5. Now take a second to think about it. According to the United States CDC, 1 in how many Americans die annually due to smoking? Okay, got it? Ready? 5. The early part of which decade did the goth subculture begin? The choices are 1990s, 2000s, 1970s, 1980s. Now take a second to think about it. The early part of which decade did the goth subculture begin? Okay. Got it? Ready? 1980s. And now on to today's news.
Business news. P&N Group takes conservative AI approach for its customer and staff experience. IT News. Privately run immigration detention center to reopen. ABC News. Core Civic, a private prison company, announced it will reopen the South Texas Family Residential Center in Dilley, Texas, under a contract with ICE and the city. Previously used for family detention under Obama and Trump, the facility was idled in 2024 after Biden phased out family detention.
Science news. Bitcoin, Ethereum rally as markets weigh trade tensions and China's stimulus push decrypt. Bitcoin and Ethereum rose significantly as investors reacted to easing trade concerns and China's economic stabilization efforts. Bitcoin increased by 5% and Ethereum by 4.7%. Market optimism was bolstered by China's stimulus measures and the upcoming White House Crypto Summit, despite potential volatility due to ongoing U.S.-China trade tensions. Draft of Trump order seeks to eliminate Department of Education, report Fox News. President Trump is reportedly planning an executive order to dismantle the Department of Education, transferring control back to states. Newly appointed Education Secretary Linda McMahon supports the move, emphasizing parental decision-making and focusing on core subjects over divisive programs. The department is incentivizing staff to resign amid expected workforce cuts. Winston-Salem is top hub for biotech innovation, but can they make it last? NCSPin.com. Winston-Salem, known for its innovative origins, is now at a biotechnology crossroads with the Wake Forest Institute for Regenerative Medicine leading in organ regeneration and chronic disease solutions. Despite groundbreaking research, the city struggles to convert scientific advances into economic growth, facing challenges in biotech manufacturing and conservative local investment.
Today's obituaries. S.K. Baga. Brief Wikipedia summary. S.K. Baga was an Indian politician and AAP member, representing Krishna Nagar in the Delhi Legislative Assembly from 2015 until his death in 2025. Known for defeating BJP's Kiran Bedi in 2015, he was a lawyer and social worker involved in anti-corruption movements and education initiatives. Randy Brown. Brief Wikipedia summary. Randy Brown, a 72-year-old American R&B singer, passed away. His death was announced on this date. Cássio de Jesus. Brief Wikipedia summary. Brazilian footballer Cássio de Jesus, who played for Seaman Padang, Kelantan, and Barreto Putera, passed away from aplastic anemia at 35. DJ Funk. Brief Wikipedia summary. DJ Funk, a pioneering Chicago house DJ known for the ghetto house subgenre, passed away from cancer at 54. He gained fame with his 1999 album Booty House Anthems and founded Funk Records in 2006. His work is featured in the 1998 documentary Modulations. Norberto Hueso. Brief Wikipedia summary. Norberto Hueso, a Salvadoran footballer, played for clubs like Atlético Marte and Palencia, and represented El Salvador in the 1982 FIFA World Cup. He scored 16 international goals from 1973 to 1987. Hueso passed away on the 5th of March 2025 after a brief illness. Zoya Kornilova. Brief Wikipedia summary. Zoya Kornilova was a Russian politician who served as a member of the State Duma from 1995 to 1999. She passed away at the age of 85 on March 4, 2025. Bruno Pizzul. Brief Wikipedia summary. Bruno Pizzul was an Italian footballer and journalist best known as the TV commentator for Italy's national football team from 1986 to 2002. He played professionally for several clubs and later worked with RAI. Pizzul passed away in 2025, shortly before his 87th birthday. Sylvester Turner, brief Wikipedia summary. Sylvester Turner was a prominent American politician and attorney, serving as Houston's mayor, 2016 to 2024, and a U.S. representative, 2025. A Democrat, Turner focused on consumer protection, LGBT rights, and mental health funding. He passed away 61 days into his congressional term at age 70. Mikhail Vasilyev, brief Wikipedia summary. Mikhail Vasilyev, a Russian handball player and 1988 Olympic champion, passed away at 63. Roy Ayers, brief Wikipedia summary. Roy Ayers, an influential American musician and composer, was a pioneer in jazz funk and acid jazz. Known as the godfather of neo-soul, he gained fame with hits like Everybody Loves the Sunshine. Ayers' work was widely sampled and he collaborated with numerous artists throughout his career. Dave Gillespie, brief Wikipedia summary. Dave Gillespie, a 90-year-old former New Zealand rugby union player who played for Otago, Wellington, and the national team, has passed away. Jack Kibbe, brief Wikipedia summary. Jack Kibbe was a long-serving American politician, serving in the Iowa Senate from 1965, 1969, and 1989-2013, and the House of Representatives from 1960-1964. A Democrat, he held key committee roles and supported Joe Biden in the 2020 Iowa caucus. He passed away at 95. Roses. In May, brief Wikipedia summary. Roses. In May was a successful American thoroughbred racehorse, winning 8 of 13 races, including the 2005 Dubai World Cup. Bred in Kentucky, he retired in 2005 due to a tendon injury and stood at stud in Japan. He passed away on March 4, 2025 at age 25. Mario Trabucco, brief Wikipedia summary. Mario Trabucco, an acclaimed Italian violinist, was the curator violinist of the historic Canone violin. He performed internationally and held prestigious roles in major Italian orchestras. A graduate of the Conservatory Niccolò Paganini, he also taught there until 2015. Trabucco passed away at 73 on March 4, 2025. Serhiy Zhuravlyov, brief Wikipedia summary. Serhiy Zhuravlyov, a former Ukrainian footballer who played for Dynamo Kyiv and the national team, passed away at 65. He was part of Dynamo Kyiv's Soviet top league winning teams in 1980 and 1981.
Health news. Microsoft dodges UK competition crackdown over OpenAI deal. Watchdog director says partnership doesn't get a clean bill of health. BizTalk.com. The U.K quote, as Competition and Markets Authority decided that Microsoft's $13 billion investment in OpenAI does not require a formal merger investigation, indicating the investment does not constitute a merger. Republicans cannot meet their own budget target without cutting Medicare or Medicaid, Budget Office says, NBC News. House Republicans face a budget challenge, unable to meet their $880 billion spending cut target without significant reductions to Medicare or Medicaid. The Congressional Budget Office confirms Medicaid's major role in the budget, leaving Republicans in a dilemma between conservative demands and protecting health programs. Entertainment news. Roy Ayers, Everybody Loves the Sunshine musician and coffee composer, dies at 84. Variety. /.org. The article discusses the importance of humor in leadership, suggesting that a boss who lacks humor can create a dull and unmotivating work environment. It emphasizes that humor can enhance team morale, foster creativity, and improve communication, ultimately leading to a more enjoyable and productive workplace. Free Per Canteen, Remembering Our Troops, March 6, 2025. FreeRepublic.com. U.S. Marines and Army soldiers participated in Resolute Dragon 23, a bilateral exercise in Japan, showcasing electronic warfare systems and MDTF integration. This annual event strengthens the capabilities of the Marines and Japan Self-Defense Force personnel. Photo by CPL Matthew Krogel. Stream it or skip it. The Takedown, American Aryans on Max, a docuseries about fighting a white supremacist gang and finding justice for its victims. Decider. The Takedown, American Aryans is a 4-episode docuseries on Max detailing a 2008 investigation by the ATF into the Aryan Brotherhood of Texas, a violent white supremacist group. The series highlights their crimes, including the murder of Breonna Taylor and the federal response to dismantle the organization.
You ever notice how the Earth just keeps spinning? Regardless of the latest headlines that make us all want to go stop the planet, I want to get off? Take these recent stories, for instance. Our beloved jazz-funk legend Roy Ayers passed away at 84. Now let me tell you, when a globe who could put the whole planet in a mellow groove with his vibraphone checks out, you gotta wonder, is the universe trying to tell us something? Maybe, just maybe, we should all be taking a note or two from his music and chill out a little. This globe is spinning fast enough without us constantly being wound up tighter than an astronaut's helmet. And speaking of winding things up, have you heard about this business with the Republicans? Yeah, they're apparently gearing up to cut Medicare or Medicaid to meet their budget. I gotta say, if you're gonna balance a budget on the backs of folks who've paid into these programs like they're a global insurance policy for old age or hard times, well, it's like trying to fix your wobbly globe stand by taking away the base. A shaky foundation just makes for one heck of a spin. Then there's this whole thing about reopening a privately run immigration detention center. Now that's a headline that makes me want to launch myself right off this planet. Let's take globes who are looking for a place on Earth where they might actually belong and shove them into what amounts to human parking lots. Why not? If there's one thing history's taught us, it's that treating globes like they're bumper cars at the fairground always works out splendidly. Is it just me, or does it feel like sometimes our globe is being run by folks who see it more as a flat map rather than a rotating globe of chaos and potential? Maybe we all need a little more Roy Ayers in our lives to remind us that while the world spins round, it doesn't always have to be dizzying.
And now a couple of dad jokes for you. My wife said I was immature, so I told her to get out of my fort. I went on a date last night with a girl from the zoo. It was great. Yeah, she's a keeper.
Thank you for watching this AGNDD intelliReport, dear viewers. Like, subscribe, and click the bell button to get notified during new uploads. And make sure to tune in next time. Stay safe and healthy. Cheers.